What's the most challenging thing when it comes to pricing for a repair from your perspective? Because I would imagine that would help give a homeowner some insight into kind of understanding their bill or their quote possibly.
Explaining the cost in a way that makes sense to a client without having a crazy conversation about the cost of running a service business. And so all of the training, all of the support, all of the overhead that it takes to have a vehicle that rolls, the price of fuel, the price of repairs on the vehicle, the meetings that you have to do to keep these technicians at their best, the follow-up you have to do behind the technicians to make sure that they're following procedures. So at the end of the day, we'll change something like a capacitor, and I know what the math is.
Right.
And I sleep well at night with what we charge for that work because I know what it costs to deploy those resources. But it doesn't feel good to a client.
And
they can Google the thing and it's like $15 or something.
Yeah,
it makes no economic sense, and they don't want to hear about what it takes to run a service business. It's boring. I mean, the business. I love the business, but I'm saying, like, come on, dude. Like, you're telling me meetings, like you're making excuses. I mean, marketing is a cost. Like, well, I don't. I want a company that doesn't do marketing. There are a ton of things we do because we have bandwidth that a small company cannot do.
Right.
Because they do not have critical mass. Quality control, training, formalization of things, checklists, keeping an eye on that stuff. These things all cost money, but they all have a benefit to the client.
Right.
And so my point is, you can't have a company with that kind of capability if they don't market their business. Another example, you know better than I do what it costs for a Google click.
Oh my goodness, yeah, it's so much
right?
money. It is getting higher and higher.
You click on one of those ads with Google, that service provider pays a fee, and it hurts.
Just to talk to you.
Just to talk to you. So who's the receiver of the benefit? I argue it's the business, but it's the client. Like, the client has this resource. Like, it isn't like Google doesn't have value.
Right.
They totally have value. I mean, if you think about being able to look through reviews, being able to pick clients, that entire journey is better now than it was 30 years ago, and it has value.
Yeah.
How is it capitalized? It's capitalized by a click. How does the client receive that cost? They receive it in the cost of the service provided because the service provider has to pass the cost on. So when you're doing that click, even though you're clicking it, you're paying for that. Like, be thoughtful about that. Also, be happy you've got it. And then I also would offer, don't be upset about it. Like, the service is amazing. The way you can look at reviews, the way you can cipher through the contractors that you should speak to, you can glean so much information. It has value. But I will even say, you know this as well as I do, it hurts like when you see what it costs just to get the opportunity to interact with that prospect. It's scary a little.